Now this is a very, very special Audi e-tron GT. Now not only is an e-tron GT, it's an RS e-tron GT carbon black, which gives you the top performance physically available in an e-tron GT, both range and power. Believe it or not, this car does 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, which is pretty incredible. It has the equivalent of around 650 brake horsepower. 72 registration, done only 15,000 miles, been very well looked after. Now, you have the performance, which I've just mentioned, pretty frightening really, 3.3 in the 0 to 60, but you then have a range well over 250 miles of range. Original list price was over £130,000. We are selling it for less than half of that. So you're getting yourself a great value car that has the performance and then the spec. So with it being the carbon black, anything that isn't gloss black or Daytona grey is then carbon. So you've even got the features to the front bumper. These little side vents here are all carbon, mirrors, and we're going to go around the full car and show you around it. Matrix LEDs with laser lights. Obviously with electric vehicles, you tend to get the most up-to-date specs and technology. So this is what this car has. You've got 2 charging ports on either side. Wheels, 21-inch wheels, gloss black, then you have that nice kind of satin grey finish to the inserts. Carbon mirrors, and taking the detail of the roof as well. So full factory carbon roof. Now, the e-tron GT for me, and I don't think anyone will disagree, shares a lot of comparisons or a lot of similarities to a Porsche Taycan. But if you were to have a look at similar age, miles, spec and performance Taycan, you'd pay a lot more money than what you are on this Audi. Design pack, they opted for the red, which gives you the red seat belts, red stitching. Then you've also even got the carbon on the sills as well. Lovely material on the doors, the way it's all done. Gloss black styling all the way around. Now with it being that almost type of sportback coupe shape, you still have quite a deep boot. So perfect boot for shopping, suitcases, luggage, usual stuff. Then if you have a look at the finer details on the carbon of the rear diffuser, obviously you've got rear view camera, front and rear sensors. Very intelligent lighting system, both rear and front. So it's a very, very good looking car this. But to drive them is incredibly fun. But obviously whether you buy it in a business name or a personal name, they come with financial benefits as far as certainly in a business name. And then personally, you can run them for literally next to nothing. So Alcantara flat bottom steering wheel, heated seats and ventilated seats, as well as having electrically adjustable with memory setting. Carbon leather Alcantara. You've also got Alcantara on the headlining. Bang & Olufsen sound system if you're into your music, which a lot of our customers are. Specifically Audi, I think it's a very, very good system. Carbon across the dash, but then leather dash Alcantara. So the mixture of materials is just spot on. One option that it has, which there's very few to add, but there's one that it has, is adaptive cruise control. Again, good feature. I find it quite useful, especially on motorway journeys, comes in very handy. Virtual cockpit has navigation, media, telephone, everything all comes up in there. You can make the view bigger, smaller, depending on what your preferences are. Heated seats and ventilated seats control from the climate control section. We'll pop it into reverse. You'll see the rear view camera. Now, with it being the sort of car that it is, the drive select in here affects things like the air suspension. If you put this in dynamic and drive it hard, it will drive like no other car. It must be up there with one of the highest performing electric cars. It's just ridiculous as far as the speed's concerned. Obviously Audi, they make a very reliable and robust car, and they've been on the electric journey for a lot longer than a lot of other brands, so it's not like they're behind. They're very advanced with the way it is, but it's been kept in very, very good condition. You've got the performance, you've got the spec, you have the look, but then you have to talk about the money that you've saved. It's just an incredible saving from what you would have if you bought it new. So fantastic car. If you're having a look out there, I think there'll be very few, if any, RS e-tron GT carbon black. So do your research, have a look, see the difference between the lower models and the lower specs and the lower batteries, and then do your research and find out how we price this. And I can almost guarantee you'll end up coming back to this car and going, yes, it is an unbelievable buy. So if you are in the market for a new vehicle, or you've specifically been waiting for an e-tron GT and the RS model to land, this one is here. Any questions about funding options, part exchanges, any advice we can give, pick up the phone, give me a call direct. My name is Paddy. I'll answer any questions that you've got.